12 powerful Dawn dish soap life hacks you never knew about. Did you know that Dawn dish soap has been trusted by wildlife rescue organizations for over 40 years? In fact, the Marine Mammal Center has used it to clean more than 75,000 animals affected by oil spills. That's right, this little blue bottle is so much more than just dish soap. If you're like me, you probably have Dawn right next to your sink, ready to tackle greasy dishes. But what if I told you it's also great for unclogging drains, removing stains, and even cleaning up major messes? In today's video, I'll show you the 10 surprising and effective ways Dawn may help you tackle everyday challenges far beyond the kitchen. Let's get started. 1. Pest control solution. Dawn dish soap may be used as a pest control solution because its surfactants disrupt the soft-bodied insects like aphids, spider mites, and whiteflies. When you spray a diluted mixture of Dawn and water on these pests, the soap disrupts the insect's protective outer layer, known as the exoskeleton. It normally helps them retain moisture. By breaking down this barrier, the soap causes the insect's body to lose water rapidly. This process causes the insects to dry out and eventually die, effectively controlling the pest population. To use Dawn as a pest control solution, mix a few drops of the soap with water in a spray bottle. According to Colorado State University, soaps or detergents used for insect control are typically applied as dilute sprays. They are mixed with water to achieve a concentration of about 2%, making them effective while minimizing potential harm to plants and surfaces. Lightly spray the mixture directly onto the pests, ensuring you cover them well but avoid drenching the plant. The soap solution coats the insects, leading to dehydration and eventually killing them. This approach is effective because it directly targets pests without harming your garden or household environment. It's an easy, eco-friendly method that keeps your plants safe from insect damage. 2. Unclogging drains. Dawn dish soap is highly effective in unclogging drains because of its strong grease-cutting abilities. When grease accumulates in your drain, it solidifies and traps debris, leading to clogs. The New York Times has mentioned that dish soaps are effective in breaking down the grease molecules, allowing them to mix with water and be flushed away. To use Dawn for unclogging, start by pouring a generous amount of soap directly into the drain. The soap coats the inside of the pipes, targeting the greasy buildup. Leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes to allow the surfactants to penetrate and break down the grease. Next, pour a kettle of boiling water down the drain. The hot water melts the softened grease and helps wash it through the pipes, clearing the blockage. 3. Cleaning glasses and jewelry. Dawn dish soap is great for cleaning jewelry and glasses because it effectively removes oils, dirt, and residues without being harsh on delicate surfaces. To clean your jewelry or glasses, fill a bowl with warm water and add a few drops of Dawn dish soap. Place your items in the soapy water and let them soak for a few minutes. When you mix Dawn with water, the surfactants spread out, surrounding dirt particles on the jewelry or glasses. This action breaks down the oils and residues, loosening them from the surface. Then, use a soft brush to gently scrub, focusing on areas with built-up grime. Rinse under warm water and dry with a soft cloth. This process leaves your jewelry sparkling and your glasses streak-free, removing the dull film that builds up over time. Dawn's gentle yet effective formula makes it safe for regular use on most metals, stones, and glass without scratching or damaging the surface. 4. Removing grease from tools and car parts. Dawn dish soap is highly effective at removing grease from tools and car parts due to its unique formula with strong surfactants that break down and emulsify oils. When tools or car parts get covered in grease, the thick layer traps dirt and makes cleaning difficult. Dawn's surfactants work by surrounding the grease molecules. It breaks them down into smaller particles that are easy to get rid of. The cleaning process starts when you mix Dawn with warm water, creating a solution that cuts through tough grease. Then, you simply soak the greasy items in the solution. The surfactants penetrate the oily residue, lifting it away from the surface of the tools or parts. You may scrub with a brush to help dislodge the stubborn grime. After a few minutes, rinse everything thoroughly under warm water. This method is not only effective but also safe for metal and plastic surfaces, making it ideal for cleaning various automotive and household tools. Dawn's grease cutting action ensures that your tools and car parts are left clean and free of any oily residue without the need for harsh chemicals. 5. Defogging bathroom mirrors. Dawn dish soap defogs bathroom mirrors by creating a thin, invisible layer on the surface that prevents moisture from settling. When steam hits a mirror, it usually condenses into tiny droplets, causing fog. However, the surfactants in Dawn reduce water's surface tension, making it difficult for steam to stick. The process starts when you rub a small amount of Dawn onto a clean mirror with a cloth. The soap's hydrophobic, water-repelling properties leave a light film that disrupts how water molecules behave, essentially forcing them to spread out and slide off rather than form foggy droplets. This thin barrier remains clear and is invisible to the eye, so your mirror looks just as clean but stays fog-free, even in the steamiest conditions. To use it, simply apply a little Dawn directly onto the mirror, spread it evenly with a cloth, and then buff off any excess with a dry towel. This leaves behind a protective layer that keeps your mirror clear, so you won't have to wipe it down every time you step out of the shower. It's an easy, quick fix that lasts several days. 6. Carpet stain remover. Dawn dish soap removes carpet stains through its powerful surfactants. These surfactants are designed to break down and lift away oils, dirt, and residues that get trapped in carpet fibers. When applied to a stain, Dawn's surfactants emulsify the stain. The emulsification process with Dawn dish soap involves breaking down the stain into tiny droplets, allowing them to mix with water. Dawn's surfactants have two ends, one that attaches to grease or dirt, known as hydrophobic, and another end bonds with water that is called hydrophilic. When you apply Dawn, these surfactants surround the stain particles, separating them into smaller, suspended droplets. This action makes the stain mixable with water, which may then be blotted away or rinsed out, effectively lifting the stain from the carpet fibers without pushing it deeper. To use Dawn on a carpet stain, mix a few drops of the soap in warm water. Dab the mixture onto the stain with a cloth, blotting gently instead of rubbing. Let it sit for a minute, then blot with a clean, damp cloth to remove the soap and lifted stain particles. 7. Cleaning outdoor furniture. Dawn dish soap is effective for cleaning outdoor furniture made of plastic, metal, or wood. The soap works by surrounding the particles of dirt and grime, loosening them from the surface. The surfactants attach to the dirt on one side and water on the other, allowing you to easily wash everything away with water. To clean outdoor furniture with Dawn, mix a few drops of the soap in a bucket of warm water. Use a sponge or brush to scrub the furniture, making sure to work the soapy water into all the nooks and crannies where dirt accumulates. Dawn's grease cutting formula breaks down stubborn residues that may dull the appearance of outdoor items, restoring their original look. Rinse thoroughly with a hose to remove the soap and any loosened dirt, then let everything dry in the sun. 8. Removing oil spills from driveways. Dawn dish soap is often used to clean oil spills from driveways because it is highly effective at breaking down grease and oil. The key to Dawn's effectiveness lies in its ability to break the bond between the oil and the surface it's stuck to. When you apply the soap directly to the oil spill, it starts breaking down the oil into smaller droplets. This process is called emulsification, where the oil is dispersed into smaller particles that may mix with water. Unlike plain water or other cleaners, Dawn's surfactants actively bind to the oil molecules and break them apart. This makes the oil lose its grip on the driveway, allowing it to be lifted away more easily when you scrub or rinse the area. To use Dawn dish soap for cleaning oil spills on your driveway, start by blotting up any excess oil with paper towels or absorbent cloths. After that, generously squirt Dawn dish soap directly onto the stained area. Don't dilute it at this stage, because you need the concentrated soap to break down the thick oil residue. Let the soap sit for a few minutes to allow it to penetrate the oil. Then, take a stiff bristled brush or broom and scrub the area thoroughly. You'll notice the soap lathers and mixes with the oil, creating a milky or foamy solution. Once you've scrubbed the area well, rinse it off with water. If the stain is still visible, you may need to repeat the process. 9. Stain remover for clothes. Dawn dish soap works wonders for removing stains from clothes due to its powerful surfactants, which are designed to break down oils and grease. When you apply Dawn to a stain, the soap's surfactants start working immediately. They lower the surface tension of the water, which helps the soap penetrate deep into the fabric fibers. This action breaks apart the molecules that make up the stain, lifting them away from the fabric. For example, red wine stains may be particularly tough to remove. According to Business Insider, Dawn dish soap performed on par with or better than other stain removers. Here's how it works step by step. First, you apply a small amount of Dawn directly onto the stain. Gently rub the soap into the fabric using your fingers or a soft brush, which helps the surfactants get into the fibers. Let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes, but don't let it dry completely. This wait time allows the soap to fully break down the oils and grease trapped in the fabric. Next, rinse the stained area with warm water, gently working the soap out of the fibers. For stubborn stains, you might need to repeat the process or wash the garment in your washing machine afterward. 10. Cleaning makeup brushes. Makeup brushes accumulate makeup residue, natural oils from your skin, and other impurities over time, which may lead to clogged pores, breakouts, and even skin infections if not cleaned regularly. Dawn dish soap works because it is designed to cut through grease and grime, making it perfect for removing the tough residue left by makeup products, especially those that are oil-based like foundation, concealers, and creams. To clean your makeup brushes using Dawn dish soap, start by running the bristles of the brush under lukewarm water. Once the brush is damp, squirt a small amount of Dawn dish soap into the palm of your hand or onto a silicone brush cleaning mat if you have one. Next, gently swirl the brush bristles in the soap, working the soap into the bristles using circular motions. This motion helps to agitate the makeup oil and bacteria lodged deep within the brush fibers. Once you've thoroughly worked the soap into the bristles, rinse the brush under lukewarm water. It's important to rinse until the water runs clear, indicating that all the makeup and soap have been removed. Cleaning your makeup brushes with Dawn dish soap regularly helps to keep them free from bacteria and product buildup, ensuring they last longer and perform better. Clean brushes apply makeup more evenly, blend better, and are less likely to cause skin problems. 11. Washing pets to remove fleas. Fleas have a tough exoskeleton that repels water, making it hard for many soaps to penetrate and affect them. According to Pet MD, Dawn dish soap is effective in removing adult fleas. When you lather Dawn on your pet, it works to break down oils on the skin and coat, but more importantly, it binds to the fleas and disrupts their natural defenses. The soap's surfactants attach to the flea's exoskeleton and essentially suffocate the flea by overwhelming its body with water. This process forces the fleas to sink and drown because they may no longer repel the water. Unlike other harsh chemicals, Dawn is gentle on pet skin, making it a safer alternative when used occasionally. To use Dawn dish soap for washing your pet to remove fleas, start by wetting your pet's coat thoroughly with lukewarm water. Once your pet is wet, squirt a small amount of Dawn dish soap directly onto your pet's fur, starting at the neck. It's crucial to start at the neck because fleas tend to run toward the head to escape. After you've thoroughly massaged the soap in, rinse your pet completely with lukewarm water. Dawn dish soap may be a helpful emergency solution for flea removal, but it's important to consult your vet for a recommended flea control plan. 12. Cleaning greasy kitchen cabinets. Kitchen cabinets often get dirty from cooking oils, food splatters, and fingerprints, making them look dull and dirty. When you apply Dawn dish soap to dirty cabinets, it works by breaking the bond between the grease and the cabinet surface. This happens because the soap molecules surround the grease particles, lifting them away from the surface. The grease is then suspended in the soapy water, ready to be wiped off. Unlike harsh chemical cleaners, Dawn is gentle on the finish of your cabinets, so it cleans without damaging the surface. To clean your kitchen cabinets with Dawn dish soap, start by filling a bowl or bucket with warm water. Add a few drops of Dawn dish soap to the water and mix it until it becomes sudsy. Dip a soft cloth or sponge into the soapy water, wring it out so it's damp but not dripping, and then wipe down the cabinet surfaces. Focus on areas that are especially greasy, like above the stove or near handles, where grime tends to accumulate the most. For tougher spots or stuck-on grime, you may use a soft bristle brush or an old toothbrush dipped in the soapy water to gently scrub the area. Once you've cleaned the cabinets with the soapy water, it's important to rinse off the soap residue. After rinsing, dry the cabinets with a clean, dry cloth to prevent water spots and keep the finish looking nice. Now, let's discuss the potential limitations of Dawn dish soap. I've found that while Dawn dish soap is super versatile, it's not always the right choice for every situation. It's important to know when to skip using it to avoid any issues down the line. 1. Sensitive skin and allergies. Individuals with sensitive skin or allergies to detergents should avoid using Dawn dish soap. The powerful surfactants that make it effective at cutting grease may irritate skin, causing dryness, redness, or allergic reactions. Consider using milder, hypoallergenic soaps for those with skin sensitivities. According to research available on PubMed, regular exposure to low concentrations of detergents, like those used in dishwashing, may lead to skin lesions in a significant number of individuals. 2. Pets with skin conditions. While Dawn is sometimes used for removing fleas from pets, it may be too harsh for animals with skin conditions, dryness, or sensitivities. It may strip the skin's natural oils, leading to irritation or worsening existing problems. Always consult a veterinarian before using it on pets. 3. Delicate surfaces and materials. Dawn dish soap is not suitable for cleaning delicate surfaces like cast iron, natural stone, or unfinished wood, as it may strip protective coatings and cause damage. It's also too harsh for some fabrics and leather, where it might lead to discoloration or material breakdown. 4. Car washing. While it might be tempting to use Dawn to wash your car, it's not recommended. The soap's grease-cutting properties may strip the protective wax layer, dulling the paint and making the car more susceptible to damage. I hope you found these Dawn dish soap hacks as surprising and helpful as I do. Who knew that a simple dish soap could tackle everything from greasy tools to pest problems, right? So, the next time you're facing a tough stain, a clogged drain, or even just cleaning up after a messy project, don't forget to reach for that blue bottle sitting by your sink. And hey, if you give any of these hacks a try, let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear about your experience. Keep experimenting and let Dawn do the dirty work for you. Now that we have discussed the many life hacks of Dawn dish soap, let's move on to other topics. Watch what one coffee a day may do to your body after 30 days. Or watch what eating one cucumber every day does to your body. Watch one, or even better, watch both. Do you also find Dawn dish soap helpful? Let us know in the comments below.